Good evening. Thank you for joining us for the Waterboro Board of Selectmen's meeting. If everybody would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mike, we'll turn it right over. We're going to go right to.
Excellent.
We have an award presentation tonight. We do have a family here that I want to get out before it gets too bad, so we're going to skip right to them.
I'm going to turn the lights off and show everybody a couple of photos we were able to take. We have a wonderful family here from Mayfair Way in Lake Arrowhead community in North Waterboro to receive our annual Holiday Lights Contest trophy, and we had Carrie DeAngelis take a couple of photos. She's the president of the Waterboro Association of Businesses. Leo's been a board member in that crew too, a trustee. What do we call this, Leo?
Association.
Yeah, what's the hierarchy?
Board of directors.
Yeah, Leo's been vice president many years too. Luckily was able to not do that this year, but I'm going to make sure that changes. So he's joined us tonight too. And we had a couple of really nice pictures. So we have Jeff Walker and Julie Harrison with us tonight. And we put this trophy together a couple of years ago. And it's a really nice trophy. And it certainly is not a more deserving house or family because of a couple of things. First of all, they put up over 11,000 lights this year. You can see much of them in these pictures that David's got up for us. They had Santa Claus come to their event. They had a bonfire for people to come out and do, but most importantly, really taking the extra step, they did a Toys for Tots drive. And the community turned out and participated in that. And they have an estimated 6 giant trash bags full of toys for the Toys for Tots program. So I told them we may have to just give them this trophy permanently because this is going to be one that's really tough to top. So why don't you guys come on up? Can you hit the lights for me over there?
Now, I think that there's 5 of them, and you only introduced 2 of them to us tonight.
What's
So
your name,
that's
my
not
friend?
fair.
Ethan. Ethan Brody.
Sierra.
Ethan Brody and Sierra, as well as Jeff and Julie.
Excellent.
This is our Holiday Lights trophy.
Awesome.
It's our 3rd year. Thank you. In 2001, it was won by the Holdens. They were on Amy Lane, and last year the Riddells on Old Alfred Road claimed the prize. And this year we'll add Walker Harrison from Mayfair. And
Cool.
keep it going. You said you're going to do it every year now you're committed.
Yes, we
Right.
are.
That's right. Cool.
Let's step outside. I want to get a
All right.
family photo. I want to have you guys in the
Thank you,
paper.
guys.
It's something
Great.
that
Thank
the
you very
Waterboro-
much.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Waterboro Association of Businesses appreciates the effort. We had a great turnout for the competition this year. A lot of houses nominated. It was an easy pick though. Toys for Tots is the big thing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
No, thank you
I'm going to
guys.
step out for a minute. I'll have Leo take over. Yeah, come on.
Well, let's do the presentation of the awards so that we can also
Yeah,
get Nancy
come on
out
with
of
me
there.
then.
So,
Let me get them alone. Okay. 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 All right, go. I'll be right with you folks.
Good evening tonight, Board of Selectmen, Town Administrator. I'm Leo Burnett, Lakeside Market, representing the Waterboro Association of Businesses tonight. And we've been doing our annual fundraiser now for WAP for Warmth. And tonight we're going to present the Town of Waterboro's Fuel Assistance Fund, $2,000. Since we started, that brings our total up to $24,000 that we've been able to do on a yearly basis, and I think over the last 5 years. So pretty proud to be able to do that. We always wish it could be more, but it's what we can do as our community can do right now. So without further ado,
Thank you.
present this check
Very
to
much
Nancy for
appreciated.
$2,000. Hit the button.
Hit a button, Mikey. Hit a
I
button.
did hit it.
It's a computer, not a camera.
I know.
He's probably taking a picture of himself.
Yeah, David.
Have Dave take one.
Hey, look at it, I got it. I did it.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Are you sure that's not a real picture?
Thank you. This is very much appreciated. It'll
You're
be
welcome.
very good use.
There will be some buckets still around town on different store counters, so please feel free as out there in TV land to drop a few bucks in. The need goes on through the winter. I think this will help her get going, but we're already starting early with tremendous cold that we haven't seen in the past for quite a long time. So I know that Nancy was pretty much run dry as of this week, and this is going to get her going. And I know there's been a little bit more put in, but with the needs there, so if people out there can spare a few bucks, drop it in the buckets, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Leo,
Leo.
thank you very
Thank
much, and please, on behalf of the board, extend our thank you to all of the businesses that participate in WAB. This is, it's something that is sorely needed, and particularly, this winter with it being so cold already. I think it's definitely going to go to,
already.
and this is something that, WAB has been doing for a number of years, and it is a tremendous help. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the time.
I'd like to thank you also for your generosity and the stuff that we put on.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. The volunteers in this community are important to us all, and we like to do that every year to help you guys out.
Very grateful.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure too, before you left, to thank you, because the meal fed probably 50 or 60 people the other night, and we had a nice spaghetti and meatball and salad, and the bread, people hit that bread really hard. So anyway, Lakeside Market, Leo and Sandy have been at the last 3 years have kicked in the major part of that meal, and just very thankful for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Glad we could do it.
Thanks. It was a great turnout.
Everybody be safe tonight driving home.
You too.
Slick out there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's slick quick.
Okay, backing up a little bit on the agenda to announcements. Remind everybody that the town offices, transfer station, and the public library will be closed for the holidays on Tuesday, December 24th, and Wednesday, December 25th for the Christmas holiday, and then again on Tuesday, December 31st, and Wednesday, January 1st for the New Year's holiday. Additions or deletions to the agenda. We do tonight have an application for the EDC in front of us. I think we all know the applicant, so I'd like to add that under new business to vote on that.
Could we just have a general discussion on the ladder? I mean, I feel that needs to be addressed.
We're going to have it on the January agenda.
Okay.
Hearing a delegation, is there anybody that would like to be heard? Mr. Tibbetts?
I'm here on behalf of the people on West Shore Road. We maintain the road because it's a private road, and we do a pretty good job. And we also plow the road ourselves and stuff. But we were hoping that the town would allow us to, if we needed to, purchase salt sand for the road. Go and pick it up with my truck and pay the town for the salt sand. We was hoping to get it at cost. The chances are that we would probably use either 0 or maybe up to 9 yards. That's a very small amount. That's like a half a dump truck load, over the whole winter. We only salt when it's icy for the citizens. And we have an association now, and we'd like, we could pay you with an association check. Mr. Blackman at the pit or whoever loaded us could make a note of it, and we'd be willing to, pay the town for the sand. It's just difficult for us to get a steady market because we don't use a lot of it, and so when we need some, we have to scrounge around to get it. But You know, so and chances are, like I said, sometimes we sand maybe once or twice a year, and so that's only like 6 yards. You know, that's a small amount. My dump truck only holds 3, so, you know, and that does the whole road. So if we did it 2 times or 3 times, we'd maximum would be 9 yards. And so that's a very small amount for the town to you know, give us.
Yep.
Not give us, but give us a cost.
My concern would be that if we put that offer out to you, then we have to allow everybody within the town the same opportunity, and we would have to be careful not to put the town in a position that if we have a lot of people that take advantage of that, depleting our supply, that at the end of the season we don't have enough for ourselves. David?
Well, on the other hand, as a private homeowner, I can go down there and fill up some buckets
Yep,
for
5.
my driveway. And so I don't see any difference in these folks, they're taxpayers. They have my driveway's private, their road is private. So, to me, if they go down there and get some sand, and I think obviously you have to have the town load it for you.
Yeah.
We can keep track of it, and if they want to make a donation to us, great. I don't see any difference, Tammy.
Except if, as a private citizen, I'm going down to get it, all I'm able to take is a 5-gallon pail at a time.
No.
Yeah, but I'm
You're
sure.
down there then.
Yeah, but I'm
Maybe
sure
that's
it
all
takes
I
15 to 20 homes. You know, so, you know, the whole road, you know, and we have our own sander and stuff, and,
Yep.
and we have our own plows. We don't have the town do any plowing. And, you know, if we do need extra plowing, we pay for it, you know, in a major situation, you know. It just, you know, a few years ago when I had a couple of issues with that road with the town, I went to, from the dirt side of Route 5 to where Blackburn lived, which is the town, where the town road starts.
Yep.
And the town collects over $85,000 in taxes a year, just on that one stretch.
How many homeowners are in that area?
Oh, I can't remember now. There's a lot, you know, there's quite a few.
Yeah,
You know.
I just,
When you get up towards Blackburn, it's both sides, and it's down over the hill, and here and there, you know, but I figured $85,000 in taxes collected. 95% of those people paying taxes don't live there. They live in Massachusetts or Connecticut or somewhere. So it's really a cash cow for the town, because they don't send any kids to school, they don't do anything. But, you know, when it gets icy, the citizens of the town should have an opportunity to at least get in and out of their roads, you know. And it's difficult for us to just buy sand elsewhere and here, there, and everywhere, because we're not a steady customer, you know. So it's difficult for us to, you know, to get it. And so we're talking about 0 to 9 yards maybe for the whole winter.
You know, we do have we have set a policy that if a particular private area has, according to the road commissioner and the fire chief, it's that it is a potential hazard for vehicles getting in and out of there. Let's say a fire truck or ambulance or something like that. That they can okay a minimum level of maintenance in order to make that accessible.
So in other words,
so one of the thoughts there is if you get icy conditions, that if the fire chief went down and said this is indeed problematic, you can go out and no, I'm brainstorming on this, so I'm not sure that's.
You don't, you know, a lot of other private ways hire somebody to sand it, plow it and sand it. But it sounds of it, you guys plow it yourself?
Yes, we do.
So you're not hiring somebody else
No.
to plow and sand it, and we wouldn't sell to somebody that's out doing that for a business anyway.
but
Why?
they are offering to pay for it.
I agree.
You know?
I mean, I don't, if all of the homeowners came in with a 5-gallon bucket every storm, it'd fill up the dump truck, right?
Probably, you know.
I think it just, the logistics of how it gets loaded and any interference.
And there's a
with
good
the
chance we
town.
may not even have to use any, but, you know, sometimes when it's icy, I mean, you know, we have people elderly people on that road and stuff like that, and it's just difficult for us to keep maintenance. I mean, I plow almost everybody on the road and for nothing, just because they're friends of mine, and it's difficult for them. And we don't sand any driveways or anything that we plow that the people are not there. We just sand the road.
Yep.
If they want to sand their driveway, they'll come get the buckets and do their own driveway. That's up to them. But it's just for them to get in and out safely.
Gary,
And
you have a
it's-
comment?
Do you have a place to put a sand pile in the fall?
Well, no. What I would do is on an icy storm, I just go get it, what we need.
Put it right in your sand?
Put it right in my truck and sand the road and be done with it.
I see.
I wouldn't want to stockpile it. I'd rather come get it and just
That's the logistics that I would think.
That's what'll open up Pandora's box for everybody else, unfortunately. I think your request is reasonable, but then everybody else is gonna want it, and that's the dilemma for the board to deal
I
with.
can store it if you want me to. I mean, I can go get
That
9
would be
yards
easy,
and I'm not.
because 9 yards of sand is not a lot of money. You could have it drop there in the fall and have it undercover or something, but you don't have a way to load it in your sander.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have a bucket loader.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because John makes a good point. If state law allows you to go down into emergencies, but if emergency is just a
I don't think
slippery
they
road,
would.
we're gonna be sanding every private road in town just
The
because it's
thing is,
slippery.
that would be great. The thing is, your road commissioner sands all the way to Blackburn. Now, they only sand when it's icy, right? They don't sand every storm. But if on a bad storm where it was really truly icy, he could just drive straight through, sand the thing, and we just would have paid whatever it took to do it. But I mean,
That's
it
a
wouldn't
little
make any.
different. That's a different request,
I know,
so.
but it just.
I would
seems-
say if you got a place to, I mean, you're really talking about a load of sanded salt, salted sand, right? And let them cover it, if he can load it, then,
I can do
because
that
I think
too.
the logistics of him driving down and saying, hey, I'm here for my three yards of sand is gonna be somewhat problematic.
Yeah.
So I would rather see, go get the 3 loads, dump 9 yards somewhere where you can cover it and protect it, and
Yeah.
I think you're in business.
All right, I can do that.
David, did you have something else?
No, I go along with what you're saying.
So, we didn't have this as an agenda item. Does somebody want to vote to add this?
I move we add this to the agenda.
Want to deal with it now?
Yes.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor? And is there a motion?
I move to allow the road association to buy up to 9 yards of town's salted sand on an annual basis. If that's not enough, then I think that's another issue, but
I don't
and
think that would
and
be
they should
good. I
go
don't think we'd use more than that.
making arrangements with between the town administrator and road commissioner to go pick it up and store it, and they're responsible for it.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? All right. So I work with the road commissioner and the town administrator.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Thanks. Drive safe. Good job.
3 to 1.
Good evening. Bridget McCallum, Library Trustees. And John, I'm really sorry I missed the mail last Friday. I heard many of you sounding, if not all, of the best of health during the meeting last week with coughing. And next day I succumbed to a stomach virus, so it was not a good week. But I'm here with some really good news tonight. I'm here to show you the Maggie Taylor Reading Nook. We have managed to eke out a small space behind the children's room in the library and created what Ruth was calling a reading room. And I said, I really don't think we can call it a reading room. It will build up expectations much greater than what we have, something in the Portland Library or the Sanford Library. So it's the Reading Nook. And Maggie Taylor was a summer resident of Waterboro. She was married to Dr. Bill Taylor of the Taylor House family. And she was a very active volunteer with the Friends of the Library. She ran book sales, she worked in the garden, she did lots of stuff. And she was my best friend. And she passed away very suddenly 2 years ago. And friends and family donated money to do something for the library. And so the first thing that we chose to do, we had wanted a cozy space in the library where people could get away from, I mean, it's so small. It's always busy and sometimes noisy. And the only place people have to sit and read is right at the table where kids are doing crafts and there's a lot of activity going on. So we have done a lot of rearranging to this back room that Pete spent last year completely finishing, from ripping everything out and what insulation was there, cleaning it up, and really building a fairly solid room, which is hosts books, has a Keurig coffee maker, fridge, and so we now have 2 new swivel chairs and some photos of Maggie. Besides being a volunteer with the Friends, she was a civil rights activist who spent time registering voters in the South, spending time in churches that were later bombed or burned, and was right in the middle of the action. And she was a lifelong educator and also a champion windsurfer. And so one of her windsurfing trophies is on the table there. It'll be on the wall once I can get it up above that montage of photos. There's a picture of her windsurfing, really hanging out there. In later years, she was known to need a lot of acupuncture for her shoulders after her years of windsurfing. This is the Sweeney family, and they're using the reading nook. And the other thing that I want to announce is that Corey Sweeney is holding a black item in her hands, and that's a Barnes & Noble Nook. We now have 2 e-readers in the library that people can use if they're going to buy an e-reader and they're not sure which model they'd like. Ruth, the librarian, has a Kindle Fire, which she keeps at the library, so that if you are considering buying someone a gift, or whether you wanted to ask for one for Christmas, you could try both and compare them. The Nook is black and white, the Kindle Fire has color. The Nook is simply an e-reader, where the Kindle does a lot more. As you can see on TV, it's right up against the iPad now these days. So we decided we could afford 2 Nooks, and we will put books on them. People can actually borrow them, take them out after the Christmas open house, which is occurring this week. It started last Saturday with a workshop that I was supposed to lead, but that has been postponed until January on mosaic, making a mosaic trivet. And all through this week there are hot drinks and snacks available, and I would like to extend a personal invitation to each of you to come to the library yourself, to look around, to see the Nook, just to get a sense of the work that Pete has done in the bathroom to make it into a storage room, which freed up this area to be a reading space. So I really wish that each one of you would take the time to come in and look around. There will be a sign-up sheet.
What are the hours, Bridget, for that?
The hours are Monday and Thursday from 2 until 8. Wednesday and Saturday from 9 until 3. All right, so we're closed Tuesday and Friday and Sunday. So I hope you'll take advantage of that. Come take a look of what, the staff, trustees, Pete, you all have supported happening. And you can also take a look at the mosaic mural as you enter the door, above the door. So, hope to see you.
Very nice.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Questions?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I think people will get some time of enjoyment. Corey was saying, well, after I dropped off the kids now, I know where I can come and have a few quiet moments.
Yep.
All right.
Great.
What do
Thank you.
those reading nooks go for? Do you know?
What do what?
The nooks go for?
$59, the very basic model.
Mhm.
They're on sale from $79. So I think the typical price is $79 to buy it. Then you buy a case for the actual Nook to go in, which is around $24, I think. And then usually buy a bag to put that all in. Well, for us, because we have directions on how to use it and the process for taking books out and all. But it's very reasonable for an e-reader. Now, a Kindle Fire has all kinds of features, and that's more in the $300, $400.
Yeah, Nook has the Nook Color too, which is comparable to the Kindle Fire.
Okay.
But the e-readers, I have to say, I'm addicted to the library online, the main InfoNet, where you have access to any book imaginable, right through
Through the main
any
state
e-reader.
library.
You get on the state library, Waterboro Public Library participates, and you download books and you borrow them for 14 days. So, if you want free books and you want to have that access, I know Ruth has information on it at the library, but it's a fantastic program. And if you're not sure authors that you might want to read, but you're not sure and you can't get to the library and you don't want the expense of buying the books, it's an easy way to explore different authors and different engineers and different books that you might not have otherwise checked into.
And that costs us either $300 or $400 a year, and the Friends of the Library pay that fee. That's one of the services, that is considered extra above Ruth's budget, and so the Friends do that. So we had to pay, I think, a $300 fee to get registered with the State Library e-reader program, and then we have a yearly subscription of a couple of $100. And so that's how patrons then get free access.
All you have to do is have a Waterboro Public Library card, and you put in your library card number and check into the library.
And it's all online from home or from where you don't have to go to the library even.
Wow.
But we do have a nice library to come and see. Good, well, thanks for
Thank
that
you.
input, Tammy Jo. Since I've been doing mosaics, all I read about now is mosaics, so you know more about the services than I do. Okay, thank you.
Bridget.
Thank you.
Back to the snow.
Okay, moving on to correspondence, we have the treasurer's report, motor vehicle agent report, the EcoMaine recycling report, the Northern New England Chapter Solid Waste Association of North America Steve Parker Memorial Scholarship info, and Representative Libby's newsletter. Mike, would you mind going and grabbing Jerry if he's still here, please?
What is that Steve Parker Memorial Scholarship? Is that for high school kids or what?
I read about it briefly as just for solid waste. I don't know if it's high school or college. I think it was like college scholarship
It's a
type.
Swan, yeah, it's a SWANR is the acronym for the organization, and it is, I believe, a college scholarship program.
Yep, somebody interested in.
I think it's like $1,000 or something like that.
Told him not to leave.
Did you
Okay.
know the documents?
Yeah,
Jerry's left?
yeah, I got.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we have.
Early release.
I told him he couldn't go.
We have 3 computer failures, and those usually kind of slip by pretty quickly.
Unless he's somewhere, his office is dark.
He's probably in Christina's tracks.
Okay.
Her tracks back.
The agenda item for Jerry had to do with 3 abatements that were all computer issue abatements. Do we want to postpone those, or do we want to vote on them?
I think if they're the computer ones, I'd move that we accept them
Is there,
as he presented in the packet.
is there a second?
I didn't hear.
Could I
exactly
just
what
look
you
at
said.
it for a second?
Yep. The motion was to approve the abatements if they're all related to the computer
Yes,
issues.
yes, yeah, okay.
Just for filler, while David's reading, that they're all vacant land. The assessment change was for vacant land value.
Same outfit.
$432, $376, and $336 and change, so.
You all set, David?
Yes.
All right, so
Thank
we
you.
have a motion, we've got a second.
By
John,
Okay.
all those in favor of the abatements?
4-0, thank you.
Selectmen's reports. John, you want to start?
I'll defer.
Okay. Dennis?
No, I'm all set.
David?
Yeah, I went to the 2020 meeting last night and there wasn't any, so. I guess I thought there was a meeting, but no one was there.
All right.
And I guess the only thing that I would have is we did launch the ADC the other night, and
Yeah.
even though we only had one member there, I think we at least started to move some things, and out of that, we've recruited another member, so I think we'll get that going.
This evening at 5 o'clock, Mike DeAngelis, Gary, and I met with 3 gentlemen from the American Legion, and they are looking at having an ice fishing derby on February 16th. It's going to be a combined effort between the Limerick and American Legion and the Alfred American Legion. Right now, they're estimating that they would have 500 participants on the high end. They're going to do some limited advertising. There'll be pre-registration and registration as well as the day of. They're going to reach out to some of the local businesses for gift certificates, donated items that they can raffle off. That is Free Fish Weekend, and it's also the same weekend as the Sebago Fishing Derby as well. So it was a good conversation about, what the FET had done and what the town had kind of required of the FET as far as, contract, making sure that they've got enough staff from the fire department, from the sheriff's office, parking, and all of those kind of issues. So got that conversation started. They're going to continue to work with Mike and Gary, and they'll be coming in on January 14th to the board to make a presentation on exactly what they're going to be doing. There's been a lot of interest from the community since the other fishing derby stopped, so I think we kind of warned them that they might be underestimating what this potentially could be. So we have that. And then I just wanted to thank John for the fantastic job he did for the spaghetti dinner Friday night. I think we all played a little bit of a role in helping to set up, and dishpan hands afterwards from David and whatnot. But certainly, I think John put in the greatest effort, spending all day over there cooking a fantastic spaghetti dinner. So thank you very much, John.
Yep.
Rave reviews.
Thank you, it was fun.
Town Administrator's report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would just say that as you've heard tonight, the calls for fuel assistance have gone up. Had another one last night, somebody that was out of oil, and everybody pulled together, and we got that handled as well, so hopefully their house wasn't cold last evening. Recently, the transfer station and Public Works garage were out of water. Evidently, a valve was broken underground, and that caused the pump to run 24/7, burn itself out. So both the pump has been replaced and the valve has been replaced, and that's been taken care of. The water line construction project to the school this past summer, D&C Construction has been paid $330,000 by the town. That was flow-through money, that was not tax dollars, and the school will be paying that contractor a considerable sum. In addition to that, the job was under $500,000. The school will be making up the difference with monies that they had received. The West Road sidewalk bids came in. We had 2 bids that were accepted, and Leighton Excavation won the bid for blowing or plowing that sidewalk from the Route 202 light over to the high school, the 0.4 of a mile of the sidewalk. Had a few complaints come in, but before I could get over there Monday morning, Mr. Leighton had already been back and taken care of the problem. He knew he left a lot of snow in the driveways, so spoke with him this morning, and if he does use his plow, he'll go back and clean out the individual driveways. So I think that problem has been taken care of. Fire chief attended the Sanford Dispatch Users Group last week, and we have some information that will be coming to the board on cost for what the increase is going to be for our dispatch costs. And I had a couple hours today with MMA's risk management, and we've got a few things to do, fairly routine in terms of training of custodial staff here and posting of notices and posting of policies, both here at the fire station to be a little more compliant with our risk management folks at MMA. And that's it from me. Thank you.
Could I ask a question, Jim?
Sure.
I had a late phone call today, actually, about the park and ride of sorts that's kind of developed at the Friendship Park area. Somebody saying that it hadn't been plowed and asking if we were going to keep plowing it, or there's a pretty steady group of folks that meet over there. I think they either work at the shipyard or at Pratt and Whitney somewhere. but there's always traffic parked down there. I didn't return the call yet. Crazy day, so I don't know if that was part of the plow bid that you just talked about or not.
It got missed.
Okay.
Tommy's been sick, and I think
Okay.
he usually does that. Doug did some of that today, or he was headed there right before he left here.
I figured it was gonna get done, and like I said, from 4:30 on, we've been going pretty good around
But-
here today, so, all right. I'm guessing it served itself, but I'll call the person back first thing tomorrow.
Tell him it should be taken care of for the rest of the winter.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, discuss vote on the 2012-13 audit. Gary, I don't see an audit on the table in
Yeah.
front of us.
I don't have anything new, unfortunately. I wish I did, but
Travel safety, guys.
thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
So you didn't get anything after,
No phone call, no email.
after Ron promised me we'd have it the next morning?
No.
So can we follow up on that? Maybe have it for our January 10th, 14th meeting?
Sure.
I'm gonna follow up with a phone call tomorrow morning.
I bet.
Say, I'll fight with you good, and it's fine with me, because
You know, I'm just thinking,
We're getting
you know,
strung out
in our next bidding in this area, that we might want to put in a performance phrase that it gets in at a certain date and a certain price is reduced for late weeks. You know, so if you're a week late, you reduce the charge by $500 or something like that.
yep, as long as we're not the cause of the delay,
Right.
we could put that down, so.
Yeah, as long as we're not the cause of it.
And that certainly
And that-
was not the
yeah.
case this time.
Well,
That's right.
I thought we had a pretty good discussion about, we didn't have the performance thing in there, but about the issues that we ran up
Right.
against a year or so ago.
And I think when I talked to Ron, he assured me that even though, there was some reconciliation delays because of Julie being out, but other than that, he said it was really on them. And he assured me, in fact, they were gonna try to get it here last Tuesday night, he assured me that we would have it no later than Wednesday. So,
I'm not happy.
So I guess we have that for our next agenda. Next under new business, a vote to add a member to the Economic Development Committee, Don Holden. Is there a motion?
I'll move that we appoint Don to the Economic Development Committee.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay.
Thank you.
Under old business, discuss vote on social media policy. I got a message from Gordon that he wasn't going to be able to make it tonight. He has the amended policy and he asked it to be tabled to the next meeting and he'll provide the updated policy to all of us to review prior to. Moving on, other would entertain a motion to sign the minutes of the December 10th, 2013 regular meeting.
so moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Pending decisions, discuss making policy changes to social media and the town charter change to establish a public works department. That's still in the works, Gary?
It's suffering because of budget time, but obviously still in the works, yeah.
Okay, week's action list, need to follow up on the audit. We'll have to have Christina get in touch with Dawn and let him know he's been appointed to the EDC. Get that taken care of. The week's discussion of agenda items. The next meeting we have, ladder auto sales is going to be on there. I have a picture for you.
I saw it.
So we have that. We'll hopefully have the audit, the social media policy, and I'm sure between now and then other stuff will come up. Is there anything the board has?
I'd ask Gary in the budget process right now, if a committee has not submitted a budget, is it too late for them to do so?
No. I received the garden committee's request.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
that
it.
was one of them. I said, you better get it in fast. If you're gonna do it quickly.
Yep.
Okay.
Minutes, items needing signature would be the minutes of December 10th and the abatements. Reminders, December 6th, December 18th at 7 p.m. is the planning board. December 23rd at 6:30 p.m. is the transfer station recycling committee. December 24th and 25th, town offices are closed. Saturday, December 28th at 8:30 is a cribbage tournament at the Old Town Hall. December 31st and January 1st, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, the town offices are closed. Thursday, January 2nd at 5 p.m., the Conservation Commission is meeting at the Old Town Hall. Monday, January 6th at 5 p.m., the Garden Committee is meeting at the Old Town Hall. And Tuesday, January 7th is the Selectmen's Department and Committee Reports and Quarterly Budget Review Workshop. And with that, this will be our last meeting of 2013. So I'd like to wish all the residents a happy holiday season and a happy new year. David?
Question on the garden club. Budget. What do you mean budget for the garden club?
They've asked for money.
Well, I was under the impression when they started this that they were asking for no money and no support other than the fact we had land and et cetera, et cetera. And water.
Right.
So is this going to be a discussion that will be voted on, or is it just an automatic?
Not automatic in my mind. You folks can say no.
Yeah, and I think they were aware of that, and I think it's not. You might see part of it that has direct ties to town, and you might see some part of it that you think this is something you don't want to. You may want to discard the whole thing. You might say, okay, a couple $100 here makes sense. So this part of it doesn't. So so I told them, if you're going to put it in, you can put it in. It doesn't mean it's going to be accepted.
Okay.
And certainly not all of it necessarily.
Okay, anything else? All right, with that, we'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Very good.
Happy holiday, Merry Christmas.
Okay.